LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is LoveLine. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. I'm Adam Carolla. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. And it's our pleasure to welcome back to the show Dave Navarro.
What's up, fellas?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. By the way, great job on The Late Show.
Oh, thanks.
It's all about Nicolette Sheridan.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys seemed really tight, though.
Tight like...
close to get, close.
Up or tight like we wanted to hump each other?
No, pent up.
Nicolette Sheridan is a saucy woman who's basically taken her role on Desperate Housewives home. Essentially, she's now a horny 40-year-old.
I mean, I would literally watch her paint a house. I don't care what she's on.
She was on.
It doesn't even have to be remotely interesting.
Yeah,
she was from Knots Landing.
Yeah,
way back when, and she was on LoveLine on the heels of that.
She was on LoveLine,
the TV show.
The TV show promoting Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley.
Right.
Is that? Can you rent that? I got to get the DVD of that.
That's
yeah,
too funny.
you can definitely. It's a
with
tough
bonus footage, right?
It's a tough jack because the big guy's dead.
But I'll watch anything she's in. I mean,
know,
I really don't care.
It just slows down the masturbatorial process when you think there's a guy who's dead who died when he was like 29.
Actually, that's kind of hot. It could enhance things.
Oh, Dave.
Throwing crescent kicks in an oversized gi. Yeah, I guess Dave is
Yes, sir.
marginally morbid, I think. Or are you?
No, not really.
Well, I mean, it's just...
I think I'm drawn to whatever the wrongest thing to say or think is. I'm drawn to that. But as a person, I'm not that morbid.
It's a sort of social Tourette's.
Yes.
But I guess people see the tats or sometimes the black fingernail polish, and he's got a little taste.
They draw their own conclusions.
Got a little Beelzebub in him. That's all I'm saying. Dave's got a book out, which I thought was his second book, using the photo booth that he has in the front of his house. But it turns out it's the first one.
It's the first one. Well, actually, it was supposed to come out in 2001, and I yanked it off the shelves.
Why?
Because I felt that the content was irresponsible. First, basically, for those of you listening, it's a book about a year in my life, and it was a very dark year of drug addiction and just debauchery and the whole thing. And at the end of it, I get my life together, I get clean, and but at the time, in 2001, there was content in there that wasn't necessarily responsible. So right now, what it is, it's a very non-glamorous look at drug addiction, and there's a very positive message at the end. The proceeds go to MAP.
Oh, really?
Musicians Assistance Program.
Yeah.
And also there were elements like, things about my family I didn't necessarily want to put out, I felt like I could say anything I want about my own life, but if it comes to somebody else's life, I don't really have the right.
So there were some tweaks, revisions, or was it just a tear it up and start
pretty
fresh?
much? No. I just took out some stuff that didn't pertain to me. And as far as the booth thing, the initial idea was to just have people come in and take pictures and throw that book out.
Right.
And I got Neil Strauss to co-write this with me over the course of that year, and the story became something totally else. It became about a guy who is on a real dark path and finds his way out. And the pictures are in there because we took them, but they really have nothing to do with the text.
What year does this chronicle?
Just 2003 to 2004. No, I'm joking. It just ended, right? No, it's 98 to 99.
And would you say that was your worst year in terms of addiction?
Yeah, definitely. This is pretty much my bottom.
This is the year you were just bottoming out.
Yeah, this is the worst. So if you're struggling with addiction and you want to see somebody who got through it, this is for you. And if you don't struggle with addiction and you want some good anecdotes, it's also for you.
And because when Dave was on LoveLine, the TV show, about 4 or 5 years back, I remember we had an extensive...
That's right.
Drew, give me the book, would you? Start doing your job. You're getting paid to read a picture book, you understand? You're not in the lobby of a dentist's office. You're on the radio, buddy. Let's go. Let's focus. I talk my ass off. Now, when you were on the show like 5 years ago, you were telling me about this booth. Give me the book, Drew. Give me the book. Come on, focus, buddy. Here,
yeah, when we did that, it was going to come out. It was going to come out just as like a book of photography.
Yeah.
And then we got the text together, and when Neil Strauss, the guy who wrote the Manson book, and he wrote the Janet Jameson, the Motley Crue book, and so forth, he he gave me the text, and it was pretty intense. You know, it was like a real dark time in my life.
Did you just sit down, you talked to him for a few days, and he sort of...
He actually hung out with me for that entire year.
Whoa.
So a lot of this stuff is in the present tense. Like, it's literal conversations that were tape recorded.
Really?
Just transcribed.
And you were just high and running at the mouth?
Yeah, but it wasn't that, like, you know, pseudo-interesting intellectual conversation stuff. It was like insanity stuff, you know.
What were you high on?
Heroin and cocaine. That'll do it.
Yeah.
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 It's a powerful combo.
Is that now, what's the speedball? Is that speed and
Nope.
cocaine?
Cocaine and heroin.
Cocaine and heroin is a speedball.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the word speed right in it, and there's a major drug called speed. It's confusing.
It is. Right now, I just focus on valerian root and Red Bull.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same.
And enemas.
No more enemas?
Enemas. Let's not
Well, the
forget about
enemas, too, of course.
Yeah.
Let's not leave those out.
Yeah, because someone else is focusing on the valerian root coming out of your ass. That Swedish chick. Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you, if any Swedish chick is focusing on that, I'm going to stay doing what I'm doing.
How about that? How often do you get the enema?
The enema. Well, let's make it. It's hydrocolon therapy. The enema is just a little bag you get in the supermarket.
Sorry, I didn't mean to belittle your anus.
No. I go for it all the way. It's like anything. That addictive nature is still there.
Once a week. What can I
haven't been in a few months, actually. It's been a few months.
Do you get one of those notes like the dentist gives you when it's
every 6
time
months
for cleaning, except for it's a brush and an.
And instead of a picture of teeth, it's a picture of my ass.
With a big grin on it.
But it still says smile, which is interesting.
Yeah. I always like that with the dentist. Like, do they have to make 40-year-old guys feel like they're in the third grade? Is everything a picture of a giant tooth who's frowning, holding a novelty-sized toothbrush, and Mr. Floss is standing in? How about an adult one? How about
get your ass in?
Hey,
but you know what?
come on down.
Shake it
thing
down.
is that they want you to fear it, like when you were a kid.
I get angry though. I find it belittling or condescending.
And they try and call up those juvenile feelings of fear of the dentist, and
yeah, well, it works.
Yeah, it definitely works.
So by the way, Dave's going to be doing an in-store Tuesday. That's tomorrow.
These are signing your book, basically.
Yeah. That's Tuesday at Universal City Walk at 7:00. And then on Thursday over at Book Soup on Sunset in West Hollywood.
I'm doing
at 6.
I'm doing a little interpretive dance thing prior to the signing, so I get there early.
You don't want to miss that.
Yeah, it's going to be
awesome. And I'm going to give the book back to Drew. I just had to give him a little time out, but it's a substantial book. What do you got there? 311.
258.
258. I know it.
Yeah,
thick pages though. It's a little bit of a coffee table book.
It kind of is, and in terms of it being paperback, I don't think it'll work.
No, it won't. You can't stuff that one in your backpack.
But it's cool. It's from 1998 to 1999. It's 12 months. It's from June to June.
Drew, you see any celebrity pictures in there, by the way?
You're not in here, Ed. I'm sorry.
There's a few.
Yeah, because the deal is everyone who came through your front door had to be photographed.
Yeah, so whether it was like Kurt Loder, who was over doing an interview with me, I just said, hey, get in the booth. Right. Actually, that's where TRL got the booth idea.
Oh, really?
Was when Kurt was over doing the piece. Yeah.
Jeez. And you don't get a taste of that, though.
I don't get a taste. I get a small thank you at the front of the book that they put out.
Oh, really?
Which was not necessarily a check, I noticed.
Didn't get to wet your beak, though, huh?
No.
MTV, what a shot.
Yeah, shocking. Are you kidding?
A little tight with the purse strings. I can't believe it, Drew. Lisa, for the first 2 seasons, we actually had to pay them to do the show. Remember that, Drew?
Yeah, my wife and I are still paying off our reality series.
Really, it's like they are what Gazzari's or the whiskey turned into, which is bands would buy the space, pay up front, and then have to charge everyone they worked with for
Gazzari's was like basically run by the mob, wasn't it? I mean, it's just like an outfit. It's like a Black Hand.
I guess with a name like Gazzari's, you have to figure it's not a deli. You got to figure there's a little mob influence in there. Lisa?
Yes.
You're 24?
Yes.
Well, Gazzari called himself the Godfather of rock and roll.
Godfather of rock and roll. He wore the big hat, and he looked like a gangster.
Mafiosa.
You know what happened? No one knows. He just was one of those things.
Wow.
I've heard talk of Shea Stadium.
Yeah, Swiss Capone. Lisa? I mean...
Linda?
I mean...
Lisa.
No, hold on a second. I was thinking of Hoffa. I didn't mean Capone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
we know what you meant. We know what you meant. All right, Lisa, get your question real quick.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay, my question is, I'm going to be taking Plan B this evening, and this will be my third time, I believe, this year, or no, third time, like in my life.
What is Plan B?
Plan B is an emergency contraceptive. It's what you use if a condom breaks or something. It prevents pregnancy after the fact.
Oh, a trip to Disneyland would also be, a little bit more fun. Go on the spin out.
That'll do it.
That'll work. That'll work too.
Yeah. Centrifuge of sperm right out of you.
Yeah.
No.
You can't wear panties in the teacups, but it will get it out of you. I've done it.
So you've done it 3 times in your life or 3 times this year?
No, this will be my second time this year, and I was wondering if there's long-term side effects.
Absolutely none. There's something like somewhere around 20 million usages in Europe, not a single side effect. You can't say that of Tylenol, aspirin, any other medicine.
Is that on the market here?
It's over the counter. It's here. There's
over the counter.
It's over the counter in most states, and there's this crazy energy around it because people believe that since you take it after intercourse, it must be an abortion.
And it's life. I mean, what's going to happen when we get if Bush goes into an office and we get the new Supreme Justice?
It doesn't have anything to do with it.
It doesn't? They can still buy this?
It takes 3 days for the sperm to reach the egg. And so this suppresses the egg from being released, so the sperm just hangs out there and dies, basically.
It was, to me, this is a shining example of our politicians failing us completely.
Yeah.
When I went and confronted that nut job, Maxine Waters, back on Politically Incorrect, she never heard of it. Plan B. Yeah, basically, here it is. Here's this pill that'll stop abortions, essentially, if we can get it in the hands of the people who got drunk and had sex the night before and then realized or the condom broke or they were raped by their stepbrother or whatever went on. Here's your pill that you get to take that is not an abortion pill that gets, you don't have to wait around for the stork to either show up or not show up now. It's no more waiting. You just take your pill.
80% effective.
Can you order it from Canada? Will it get here in 3 days? That's the issue.
No,
it comes in cheaper and it'll take a week to get here. You're kind of screwed.
You're screwed. It's $30. You can go any pharmacy in most
Well, let's hope that we can order drugs from Canada.
The point is Kmart, I think, or Walmart
dropped it because there was all this crazy, no one was reading the science. They just believed that somehow magically it prevented implantation, like a fertilized egg from being implanted. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that any more than the birth control pill used before you have intercourse. But my question, Lisa, is why so frequent with this and why not?
2 times in a year. She probably humps 9 times a day. If you do the math, it's not.
Therefore, she should be on the birth control pill routinely and not be using the emergency method.
Lisa?
I am on birth control routinely. I just came off of it for about 3 months just because I've been on it for so long. And then go back on it, and then I was like,
who would have thought with the timing?
Yeah.
Just the one time you come off it, you get.
So you're trying to be responsible. All right.
She's taking. She's getting the plan B.
But ultimately, Lisa, it's not going to hurt you.
No.
And you're all good.
No, I know, and I don't understand where the politicians were on this, and how come no one ever piped up. And I know it sounds convenient. We're just blowing our own horns here. This is the only program, the only place, the only outlet I ever heard anyone ever bring it up or discuss it.
I'm angry that I took all that Simus about it. Remember the crap I took for so long?
Simus, like Cirrus?
Yeah, Cirrus.
Yeah.
All the crap.
Simus.
Well, it's a big mess. Simus is stupid.
Right.
But Dr. Drew, I don't understand that because now we have Plan B, which will basically kill the sperm before it reaches the egg.
No, it prevents the egg from being released.
Oh, okay. Well, that too.
Right.
And then we also now we have this new stuff that that women take, and now they can only menstruate 4 times a year.
That's just birth control pill you just take continuously.
That can't be good, though. This is like
there's no
millions of years of evolution. Then you take a pill, and then
there's
absolutely no evidence it does anything bad.
But it's been out for 5 minutes too.
But if you,
they've been doing this a long time.
Really?
I've been doing it. Listen, every doctor gets a call from a woman going, "My honeymoon's coming up next week. How do I do this?" And we routinely told them just stay on it.
Yeah,
we've done that forever.
No, but I'm talking about the new stuff.
It's the same thing. It's not cycling. It's just don't skip the week. Just keep taking your birth control pill continuously.
Yeah,
and we
have
done
take
that.
The sugar pills.
We've done that forever for patients.
All right, so if somebody's on hold and that was a question, you can hang up.
Yeah, perfect. Fortunately, we didn't have any of them, Dave.
Oh.
Let's move on with the show.
What were you going to say? You were going to say something about the Plan B again.
I have general disdain and disgust for everybody in charge. I'm angry. Here's what I'm angry at. I'm angry at the super right-wing, Bible-thumping, hypocritical pussies who claim they're against abortion, and then somebody comes up with a good idea to stem the tide of abortion, and they come out full force against it. And then I'm against the ultra left-wing pussies again who just sort of they're so busy worrying about the tundra in Alaska that they can't get their head out of their ass long enough to read a science paper and then pipe up, by the way. Say, no, hey, Bible thumper, sit down. Here's the truth about this. You want to debate me on it or shut up?
No, the left-wing part of it is, how dare you make these people manage their reproductive health? How dare you, Adam? You're going to tell them, when they can have kids and when they can't? Come on now. Who do you think you are?
They're just out of it. Yeah. They're just out of it, and they're more interested in cries of racism than they are actually doing anything. That's what I realized when I was talking to Maxine Waters. She's like, oh, it has nothing to do with racism or busing or the man keeping anyone down, so forget about it. Meanwhile, your constituency is the number one group that could use this pill. Yeah. Not interested. Doesn't know about it. It just disgusts me, and it disgusts me that we never hear it anywhere else, and nobody's interested, and nobody argues about it. I don't know what's going on. Here's a pill that can stop abortion. Anyone interested? Nah, not really.
But I mean, isn't it available?
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
but,
I mean, somebody who's going to argue about everything you got.
It's not readily available, or it hasn't been read. And Drew, no, don't answer it like that. It's confusing. For 10 years, it hasn't been available.
Yeah.
People have had to get prescriptions and get notes and get doctors. These are 15-year-old girls. They don't call their doctor. You know what I mean? They just go without.
The American Medical Women's Association
could have made it easy to get.
I did a campaign with the American Medical Women's Association 7 years ago where they were saying every woman should have this in her medicine cabinet, just on hand, just in case.
Right.
7 years ago, and we've been fighting for this ever since.
Can you just take it just in case?
No.
I mean,
you could, Dave.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
take it.
I mean, that's the thing. If you take this drug and you put it on the market, I guarantee you there's going to be women out there who's going to take it every day they have sex.
Well,
that's called the birth control.
It's called birth control. Yeah.
That's all it is the normal birth control.
But the ones that aren't in birth control take the Plan B. That's what I'm saying.
That's birth.
It's the birth control pill.
It's the same pill.
Exact same pill.
Thing,
same
you
dose.
can just take it afterwards.
Different dose.
Okay, now I'm clear about that.
Yeah.
All right. Shane?
Yeah.
There's no Plan C.
You're 17?
Okay, not yet.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to say, Adam, you're my hero. I've been listening to you guys for a long time, but haven't been able to listen recently. I moved to the Bible Belt in this little Christian hole I live in, and it's been terrible.
From North Carolina.
It's terrible, man. It's awful. Like we don't get the any Howard Stern or any good radio shows out here, but I just call you guys for advice. I also want to say, Dave Navarro, congratulations on putting out a book, like your music. Got a decent-looking wife. Drew, brilliant.
Nice. Thanks,
good.
handsome.
Drew, brilliant, completely brilliant. I see like your stuff on TLC. When I watch TV, you get interviewed every once in a while. He's on MSNBC and all these cool news shows.
Yeah, all right, Shane. Thanks for the rundown.
Yeah.
And so what's going on?
I was okay. I've kind of just been wondering. I've been talking to this pregnant girl recently, and
Plan B?
excuse me?
Pregnant.
Yeah.
Pregnant, yeah. She's definitely pregnant. I'm not the father. But I want to know what kind of repercussions I could have if I had sex with her while she's pregnant. I mean, I'm not like particularly huge. I just don't like damage the kid or anything in there, you know.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that if you have sex with a pregnant woman, that you're going to wake up one day, maybe 7-8 years from now, and go, "What the hell have I done with my life?"
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I mean, when it's not your kid.
How old is she?
She's 17, but she's only
how pregnant is she?
A month and a half, I guess. Like you can hardly tell. Like she's.
But here's my feeling: you got to find out whether what's in her is a dude or a chick. Because if it's a chick, that's a threesome, and that's cool. But if it's a dude, that's gay. That's weird.
Shane, this at a...
I mean, seriously, I like, again, I'm
I have
an
to
atheist,
concur.
so.
Up to the third
Dave's
trimester.
with me, right?
If it's a little girl, it's kind of hot.
It's kind of hot.
Up through the 6th month, you don't have to worry about anything, provided that you wear a condom and you practice careful, safe sex, and she's not having any.
To wear a condom though, because I know cause she got her. I take her to the doctor. I take her back and forth to the doctor.
All right. Well, hold on.
I don't want you to give her anything.
Hold on a second, Shane. What's going on with you two?
With us or between me?
Why are you so?
No, me and you. What's going on with the two of you? You're driving around or doctor appointments?
Well,
You're 17?
it must be a small town in North Carolina.
Yeah,
but what's up?
Her friends, like, none of her friends talk to her anymore. Like, in the South, you get alienated when you get pregnant. The church stops talking to you. Your family won't talk to you anymore. It's terrible.
No.
Like,
No,
Shane, no, come on.
What else?
She already had problems before the pregnancy.
What's going on? How old is she?
She's 17, but she had huge problems before this pregnancy. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Shocking.
Yeah, and like she won't, like, her father beat her, but she won't like me because I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. Shane, let me. Shane, stop your rap.
This is not a road to be on.
Stop your rap for a second. Let me explain something. Okay, I'm putting him on hold because he talks too much. Here's the situation. He is essentially explaining to us that he wants to build a space shuttle,
aircraft carrier,
and launch it to Mars.
Yes.
And he wants to know our advice on liquid fuel versus a gas form.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, scrub the mission, son.
Yes.
You're in way over your head. The chick's pregnant. She was abused. She's got 1,000 million pounds.
And he wants to go back to the.
You're picking up the pieces. And by the way, Shane is not able to get any chicks that aren't damaged goods, essentially. He can't just date some 16-year-old who's on the cheerleading squad over at his high school, so he's shifting over and going for some damaged goods. These people deserve our compassion, but you're getting dug in.
There's also something to be said for, this guy just expressed how he's not happy with where he's living. It's probably a small, boring town. To invite that kind of drama into your life.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something to focus on all of a sudden.
You will get hot. Here, let me just do the math. 17, you guys hang out, you become some little surrogate dad. Next thing you know, you get pregnant a year from now, and then you're locked into bum F USA for the rest of your life. All right, Shane.
Yeah.
You understand I'm a genius and Drew's a man of exquisite passion.
You're
and Dave
genius. Like, I want to have
played with the chili peppers. Quiet down. Nothing else came to mind. The point is this: we all concur. We have 80 years of make it like 100 years of wisdom between the two of us, the three of us, and we all say get away, turn and run.
Shuttle mission, I'm done, huh?
That's it. Yeah. Scrub it. And look, here's the deal. Okay, here's the rule for guys. If you can't get laid in high school, you're not allowed to go find damaged goods or fixer-upper projects. You just don't get laid in high school.
Right.
You can't go find the chick who's strung out on heroin, whose boyfriend is dating a junkie who's beating her and collect the pieces. You can't get the pregnant chick whose dad beat him and left. It's not fair to them, and it's not going to ultimately be fair to you.
Yeah.
You hang out, try to get laid in high school. Find a fat chick if you have to, but you can't just go get the damaged goods projects.
Find a fat chick.
Well, I'm just, just as a stepping stone, as a builder. That's all I'm saying. Dave knows what I'm talking about. He never had to go there, but a lot of us,
I never had to go there, but still, it took me a long time to get away from the damaged goods.
Yeah.
Because that's why I brought up the whole thing about it. Not, you end up not focusing on your own world.
Do you have many stories about that in the book?
No. That's because we were talking about this earlier.
There's a lot of damaged goods hanging around your house.
There's definitely a lot, but the thing is, I was so high that I was not interested in having sex with any of these people. In fact, yeah. Wow. In fact, there's lots of hookers that come in here, lots of beautiful women that came over to my house at that time. Mm-hmm. But I was just so out of my mind that I'd rather, as I said before, trace the hardwood floor with a pencil than have any kind of sexual stimulation happen.
Could you imagine being on the floor there, just
tracing the grain that's already there, just kind of highlighting it, and it's a really important, it's an important project.
Was it like a quarter sawn oak, TNG, or was it?
I think it was an oak. I believe it was an oak.
Probably was an oak.
Yeah,
it was an older house. You get that quarter saw. It's got a beautiful sort of tiger grain to it. Yeah.
Well, it's all highlighted now by graphite.
The point is being that I had all these amazing looking women over my house and I didn't touch one of them. Now I look back on this thing, I masturbate looking at my own book.
Was it a pagan groove type design on the
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, well, let's look into that.
He said something about TNG though earlier.
Yeah, well, it would be TNG.
Yeah.
And then on top of the tongue and groove, there's a peg and groove.
There was peg and groove. It was peg and groove.
I'm
glad that we've clarified that.
Okay. You were circling that.
Let's. It was much more interesting to work with.
You're doing the pegs. You're doing the dowels.
So it was much more interesting medium. I found.
All right, there's a V groove going in there, Drew. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Dave Navarro here tonight.
Yeah.
Got a new book out called "Don't Try This at Home," and we'll be right back after this.
1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew.
And I'm Dave Navarro, your guest personality in the studio here today.
I would have got to that, Dave.
I know, but I just, rarely does a guest ever get a word in edgewise, so I wanted to throw that in there and just acknowledge that I'm here.
Chris, shut his mic. Shut his mic.
We'll kick back. Rattle it.
I'm joking.
No. Dave Navarro here, and Dr. Drew, of course. Dave's got himself a book out called Don't Try This at Home. It is sort of half between coffee table book and novel. It is... It has got here's the thing. Here's my assessment. It's
Snozzle.
If you like reading, it's good, and if you like looking at pictures, it's good.
And the chapters are short, so you can actually keep it in the bathroom and just get through it over the course of a year.
Yeah.
5 minutes at a time.
Is this Judith Regan?
Who's in this book?
Yeah.
Did you work with her?
Yeah, Judith Regan.
She's great.
Yeah, she's awesome. I had a huge crush on her.
Really?
Huge, because there's something about that women in the business suit and
Super
power, smart,
Right.
sexy. You just kind of want to be run by them.
Full of themselves.
Love it. The more, the better.
I did a book with her. I
Like
like her a lot.
Spun gold.
He hates her.
Oh, what? Tell us.
No,
tell
I
us.
only hate. Here's why I hate her, and this is Drew's
She hated me for a long time.
super low self-esteem
I
coming
liked her.
through.
No, I've had great experience with her, top to bottom, except that one day.
We had there was going to be a LoveLine book, or maybe we did do a LoveLine book, but anyway, someone wanted to do a book, some sort of LoveLine book, and Judith Regan was one of the first people we met with, and it was supposed to be a big thrill for us to meet Judith Regan.
Oh yeah, if it's not a thrill for you, you got problems out the gate.
She was coming off of doing Stern's book, I think, and it was considered a coup that we could meet the great Judith Regan in the lobby of her hotel. So we set up a meeting for, I don't know, noon, and she rolled down about a half hour late with no apologies, no explanations in the lobby of her own hotel,
That's sexy,
by the way. Sexy for everyone else. Then basically proceeded to explain to Drew and our idiot manager and his wife why nobody wanted the LoveLine book, because no one had heard of LoveLine, and everyone just nodded like bobblehead dolls. And by the way, Drew, I want an apology that's written on the AIDS quilt from you. It's got to be that big. For all the times we've had the meetings where I've been the only one to raise my hand and say, wait a minute, no, you're wrong. That's not what's going on.
Well, why would you take a meeting with someone that you're not interested in working with? I just wouldn't take the meeting.
We didn't know.
I didn't have any idea I wasn't interested in working with her until I find out what
clearly she wasn't interested in you guys.
Oh, why would she do it? Well,
Yeah,
that's
what I'm
a
asking.
good point. I think she just
Maybe just to flex that power.
wanted to rub our nose in something, and we could all kiss her ring or bow at her altar. And I was the only one who said, at a certain point, I said, look, you don't know who we are. That's fine. That doesn't mean we don't have fans who do know who we are and want to hear what we have to say.
I think now that I know her very, very well, I think you should have missed how she works.
She wanted to write a book on chivalry. Drew was nodding his head like a bobblehead doll, and I was the only one who said, no, look, if we write a book, it's got to be the LoveLine book. It's not Adam and Drew talk about chivalry. And
but that would be a good book, too.
and we never end up, working
Did
with
that one
her.
ever come out?
No, but
The
it's
Chivalry
good.
book or the LoveLine book?
Drew, write that down. The LoveLine book came out. The chivalry book
Still
never
work in
did.
progress?
Yeah. No, we didn't,
Let me
I
put
didn't
it to
like
you this
her
way.
much. That's
Would
all.
you rather worked with her or the a-holes we did work with?
Nobody, really. Look, I'm sure she's good at what she does. She was a bitch. That's all I'm saying. And she was full of herself, and I didn't need it. That's all. And by the way, she's got a crappy talk show on deep cable, and she can kiss my ass.
Well,
What do care?
I find all that very attractive.
Yeah. Oh, me?
No, there's the bitch, the deep cable show, all
What
of
about
that
me
stuff.
calling her a bitch? I'm just saying, Drew, you don't have to be nice to mean people.
I really like her.
You really like her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
awesome.
great to work with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drew.
Sexy.
Drew, you never get tired of being nice to bad people.
Well, that's
Crappy people. Leave them alone. Just call them bad. When someone comes up to the airport at us and starts yelling at you, where you get, don't just tell them to F off.
No, you're right. I was thinking,
Who
strangely, I was
cares
thinking
who
about
they
that
are?
today. I was thinking about some of the experiences.
Thank
we've had
you.
with that.
Judith Regan was a bitch to us, and she can kiss my ass. Who cares?
She's been great to me since.
Yeah, great. Sarah,
Hello?
Hi, Sarah.
you're 21. What's up?
Okay, I have a question. Okay, I'm 21 and I've never had an orgasm before, and I've heard girls talk about why I read Cosmo a lot, and I guess there's this pleasure point, and I've used my vibrator, and I felt this with the pleasure point, where it's like you pee, but it's not pee. Is it pee?
Oh, hold on.
Is
a
it
second.
ejaculate? Is it?
It's either that or ejaculation. It can be pee sometimes.
No.
If it's ejaculation, you're a very lucky young lady. Not everybody does that.
No. Well, the Cosmos that I read say that you pee, but it's not
Hold
pee.
on.
I got to get a copy of those.
You're 21? All right, first off, you should be putting down the Cosmo and going number 2 on it, not number 1.
Forget about
Drew
the Cosmo.
can't stand the Cosmo.
Oh, my God.
And number 2, back to number 1, you sound like you're
12.
9. Yeah, what's up? Are you Asian or were you abused?
No, swear to God, no joke. Okay, no, I've been having sex since I was 15, and I cannot have an orgasm, like, at all.
Thanks.
I just
Okay.
Have you tried watching that Johnny Depp pirate movie?
A lot of women do not.
Because that works for a lot of women.
Sarah.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of girl. I don't idolize.
Sarah, here's the data. Most women cannot have an orgasm until they're in their 20s. Most women.
I understand that, but I have so much sex, and it's just like
most women.
It's almost like I'm getting.
Hold on, Jesus Christ! Just shut your pie hole for 10 seconds. What's wrong with everybody? Just shut up. Would you shut up?
The poor thing's probably been on hold for 45 minutes.
It's been on hold for 11 minutes. Sarah.
Yes.
Shut up.
What have you heard me say so far?
That most people don't have sex until they're, orgasms until they're 20, to watch Johnny Depp. And
No.
we don't have
All right.
I think you heard the right part.
They say take the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth. So here's the deal: that you should not expect to have an orgasm with intercourse. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. You can possibly with oral sex, but that's going to take some time, and you're sort of hitting an age where that normally kind of comes online, and it should be getting easier for you about now.
But look out when it happens, because it is going to open a world for you.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be with intercourse. That's
And by the
gonna be
way,
unlikely.
So
I want to give you points for shutting up.
And everything you read in
good.
Cosmo is sort of BS.
It got real quiet, didn't
Yeah.
it? You heard crickets coming off the other end of the phone.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes.
And they never been abused?
Oh, no, yeah, I was molested when I was smaller, but, I mean...
All
All
right.
right, well, then the thing's going to be even
What
worse.
does that
By the
say
way,
about-
Adam brought that up a long time ago and asked about your abuse, and you're the voice where you sound like a 5-year-old.
You got the voice.
But what does it
I look really young, too.
What does that say about society? That, like you ask, have you been abused? And she's like, oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm really...
Is it just
I'm
that
really
common?
mature. No, yes,
No.
it is.
Listen. Oh, hold on. Her answer was, when I heard it in her voice, that she had the little girl voice, thus I knew she was sexually abused. Her answer was, I look really young.
Mm-hmm.
That it's her fault?
No, it's just she's not listening.
She doesn't listen, and if she just deflects everything. Sarah, if you're sexually abused, you have to get some therapy.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I answered your wrong question. No, it's not because I look really young. No, definitely not. I was abused when I was, 3, and I'm over it now because
She looked young then.
You don't get over that, Sarah.
I know.
Sarah, you don't get over that.
And look, all right, hold on a second. I just said if you're sexually abused, you got to get some therapy. Oh, no. You misunderstood.
Yeah.
I was sexually abused when I was 3. Oh, really? I thought we were going to build a time machine and go into the future and have you sexually abused in your 80s.
my
You're
God.
saying it happened before when you were young. Oh, in that case. Well, if it didn't happen this week, you're fine. There's no problems.
I was thinking about women. I was thinking about women in the Cosmo magazine. Let me switch gears
All right,
for 1 second.
hold on. Let's just dispatch with Sarah. Sarah,
Yes.
you got to stop your rap. You were...
Well, she may be bipolar. That's
Okay.
romantic.
You
No,
need to
not
get some
bipolar.
therapy.
No.
Can you get some therapy?
Well, I've been through all that. I'm good now. I honestly...
No, you're not good now. You're not good. If you were good, how could I tell?
No, I really am good now.
How did I know you were sexually abused if you're
Because
fine?
most of the people who call are.
Uncorrect.
Bravo.
It's only 65% of the people that call the show.
Hey, you know what, Sarah? I think your voice sounds sexy as hell.
Well, of course
that's
it
going to
does.
help her.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe is a sexually abused.
You
That's
know
all I'm
what?
saying.
Honestly, too, you love your guys' show just like everyone else, and I always laugh at all the people that you put on hold, and I swear I never thought I'd be one of those people.
All right, you got a sense of humor, but
Never
please,
be one of
And you're
those people.
smart.
you're smart, so get some therapy, would you?
Let's get back to it a little bit. And you're
Why do you-
preoccupying.
Just wondering, not trying to argue, really not. Why do you think I need therapy? And I know you're the expert and not me. Just wondering. Just
Well,
wondering.
I think I could...
Dave,
Clearly, I can get this one is because if you have dealt with something like that in your life that is so traumatic that at some point you need to address it and deal with it and move through it.
She said she's had
I've
therapy.
I went through so much therapy, and it was good for me, and I'm happy, and I go through it all the time. I hear a lot of other girls talk about rape, or, I just get them through that. So I think therapy is always good for everyone, even if you've never been through anything. And, I mean, I could go to therapy tomorrow and be proud of myself, but...
Well, let me ask these guys something. Will that change the sound of her voice? Is there enough therapy that all of a sudden she will sound like a grown woman?
Eventually, that does tend to happen.
Well, there you go.
It doesn't change the tone that much, but the cadence, which is angry people have the same voice, but it doesn't sound as angry. But the tone sounds the same, and the same with people that were victimized and that kind of stuff. And yes.
Okay, well, there you go.
She's got help. But when you get molested at 3,
but she's reading.
You need more help.
She's sort of, she's doing a lot better, I understand. But she's sort of screwed up about her sexuality. She's trying to glean information from Cosmo about things that are mysterious to her. Not involved in her relationship. Not asking for help from her boyfriend. And here's the thing about women. And I was thinking about this in Cosmo and pornos and women. Women are more aroused by seeing other women have an experience. Than just about anything else.
That's
so they
good
read
news.
Cosmo because it's women in spas, women talking, women. And when they watch pornos, they're watching. If the woman's having a good time, then it's a rousing experience for her.
Right.
Well, then also the good news is that this, as you said earlier, since most women don't start having orgasms till they're in their 20s, these situations could be unrelated. Which lack of orgasms could have nothing to do with the fact that she was abused.
Yes, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's
absolutely.
So it's not like
my concern is the way she was sort of going about it. She wasn't like communicating with her boyfriend about it. She was sort of reading Cosmo, and it was all very mysterious and disconnected from her experiences. That's all abuse stuff.
Susie?
Yeah.
When were you molested?
Never.
Oh, okay. 19. What's up?
That's right. Yeah. I've been talking to this guy for 3 years on the internet, and he lives in England, and finally I have enough money to...
Hold on.
Visit.
Can't hear a thing you're saying.
Into the phone.
Slow down, into the phone.
Okay. I've been talking to this boy on the internet for about 3 years now, and I finally have the money and time to go over and visit him, and he's kind of shying away and not wanting me to come, even though the whole time we've always talked about this.
All right. And he's in England?
Yes.
Have you spoken to this guy on the phone?
Yeah, many times.
Many times. Hold on a second. I just got to do my weight thing in my head, which is been talking to a guy for 3 years. That man was like, I start everyone about 135. Now you're at 155. I've been over the internet. Pitching back about 185. He's in England.
205.
205. I'm going to see him. Oh, now we're into the high threes. Mid high three, 358, 360. All right. Hold on a second, Susie.
No, let's dispense with this.
No.
Well,
no.
Susie, I've got a good idea.
We can't. It's time to take
break.
a break. Okay.
Well, if he's not interested, don't go.
All right.
What are you going to do? Go? Show up? I mean, let me tell you something. There's nothing that a guy hates more than a drop by.
All right. We got to take a break now.
All right.
Let alone a continental drop by.
All right. Dave Navarro, guest here. We're going to be back to talk to Susie about her flirtations with the UK internet relationship. I'm Dr. Drew. We'll be back after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody. It's Adam.
And I'm Dr. Drew.
Here to talk about Axe deodorant body spray.
Yes, sir.
You spray that on, you give stink the Axe.
Love.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dave Navarro is, I was going to say in studio tonight, but on the plot, I would say would be more accurate. He's not actually in the studio as we speak.
Right.
I think he's making a tinkle
On the pot.
on the pot. Yes, or he probably stands when he goes number
probably,
one.
yeah.
One would assume. So he's
Unless you got one of those wild piercings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those rock and roll guys.
If you have wild genital piercings, then you have to sit down.
Yeah.
Or you use the sink like I do.
Which is it, Dave?
Say again?
Sink, stand, or sit?
With the urine. When you
When you
urinate.
pee.
I'm a stander.
You stand.
I like to aim. I like to know where it's going. I used to be a sink guy.
Oh really?
Big time.
Wow.
You guys share that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you big in the sink?
I'm huge.
Yeah.
I'm the mayor of Sink City. Yeah. They haven't built a sink yet that can hold me.
Or that hasn't seen you.
That hasn't seen me. And by the way, I don't limit my sink activity to just my own home. Oh yes,
Oh,
Drew.
yes, I know. I know. Oh, I know.
I'm in the. Let me explain. First off, in the Mile High Club as far as sinks go.
Oh, yeah.
Many an airplane.
Yes.
I'm all over the
caught
place.
some of that, by the way.
I'm all over the sinks. I'm every sink. Work, leisure.
Friends'
ball
houses.
games, friends' house.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If I visited the Vatican, I'd take a leak in the sink. Dave, you used to be a sink guy.
Used to be.
I'd like to get you back to the sink if I could.
Maybe
What
you could show me
happened?
the ropes.
Tonight.
Well, let me say this, Dave, and
Yeah.
take this in the spirit in which it's intended.
Well, what spirit is that?
Well, a good but belittling at the same time.
I knew
I
it.
got to be honest. Well, you're not the world's tallest guy. You're not short.
No, I'm not.
You're not 6'4". Whizzing, I'm 6'2", and I'm just about the cutoff for the sink. Dave is probably.
Well, that's like I said. I used to be.
And by the way, those
They
sinks
just got too damn difficult.
circa
Right.
1972 sinks.
But you get a
They were
nice,
all
you
waist high.
get
Yeah.
a nice pedestal.
Yeah, pedestal's easy. What's tough is when there's 6 inches of counter between the
Yeah.
sink and
That's
whatever.
no
that
problem.
that can be met.
That's-
No problem.
that's nothing.
Even at the end.
Nah, nothing. The end is a little tricky.
Wow. So what got you away from the sink, and what can I say to get you back to it?
I don't know if there's anything you can necessarily say to get me back. But what got me away? I think I gave up the drug abuse.
Oh,
It was back in those times.
you were high.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, now I feel ashamed
You should.
because I'm sober.
I mean, that's my excuse.
Okay, all right. You like to look in the mirror when you're high, and
Oh, don't even bring up the mirror when you're high.
and when you're high, you can look at yourself whiz.
No, you start looking at yourself.
Yeah.
You start finding things.
Yeah,
like
you start finding
pick
things and you find tools to get it.
Yeah.
Get the,
Well, then why the
There's something
sink?
called Picker's syndrome that stimulant addicts get.
Why the sink then when you were high?
It started off because my upstairs bathroom, I didn't want to go all the way back downstairs to use the restroom.
Right.
And the upstairs restroom, the toilet was broken. And I started kind of by chance got into the vibe of the sink. Mm-hmm. And then,
it was hooked.
then I noticed I started taking it other places. Also open the shower door.
Oh.
Just go right to the drain.
Oh,
Nice.
Adam.
That's nice.
Have you place for you to go?
Expanding. You got a guy's hit number 2 in the shower,
Yeah.
please.
Whoa.
Who are you talking to?
That's right.
Please.
He described how he squishes it through.
Oh, please, Drew. Let's not bore everyone with the details. All right, let's get back to Susie, who's 19. Been
Totally gross.
signing. I know you've had a internet love affair with a guy who's in England who you've never met. You've spoken to him on the phone many times.
Yes.
This has been going on for 3 years.
Well, the thing is, it's just casual and like leisurely, but I mean, we've talked for 3 years, so, and I figured it's about time to kind of meet and.
But going to England isn't that casual.
And whoever he is,
I mean, I won't even pick up anybody at the airport.
he's not specifically who he has said he is. There's something
Yeah.
he's hiding.
He's better.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, and.
He's married, or it's a different than his picture, or something.
Well,
I
and
think-
also, Susie, hold on. Have you had a boyfriend in that 3-year period?
Yeah, I've dated many guys. It's like not like I'm waiting out for this person. I always date tons of guys, but this is just like one thing that I've kind of had, and it's continuous. And as opposed to my normal relationships, which are just like a month to 3 months, and that's it, because I get bored.
Okay.
Why are they so short?
I get bored, and he's somebody that I can't have. So he's kind
All
of
right. Well, I get bored is sort of a serial monogamy, and it means that you have difficulty with relationships, and the fact that you are attracted to the guy you can't have, all that kind of adds up to you trying to find people who are unavailable. That means maybe dad left when you were young, or was unavailable and worked a lot, or something. So what happened?
yeah, Dad and I don't have the greatest of relationships, so that could be possibly
Yeah,
very.
well, you're going to have to work on that, because otherwise you're going to keep sabotaging yourself by either A, ruining relationships with guys that are actually available for you, or B, finding guys like this who are not available and chasing them and just getting into that sort of longing phase and never actually having a relationship.
All right, so here's the rule, I think. If you were planning on going to England and wanted to have a spot of tea with this guy,
Great.
That's great. If you're going over there specifically to see him, that's trouble.
Especially when he sort of backs off a little bit and then forget it.
And why?
Yeah, I mean, that's a non-issue at that point.
Why hasn't he offered to come out here?
No, he has. He's actually coming out here like next fall. But I mean, if he's gonna back off to this, like, why isn't he gonna back off to that? You know, maybe it's just something to kind of like keep me going.
Or maybe he
so
wants to
far
see you,
off.
but he just doesn't want you invading his territory over there. Maybe
Well,
he's got other girlfriends and things.
Is he backing off on this?
I don't know if it's next fall. Perhaps he can lose, 30 or 50 pounds by
Yeah,
then.
the thing is, he has gained weight over the course like 3 years, so he doesn't think he's like physically ready to see me because he's changed so much.
Yeah, boy.
Called
He
that
doesn't
one.
want me to be
Like
disappointed.
Dr. Drew style.
Good job.
Read into it.
Well done.
Good job.
Hey, Susie.
Yes.
All right, so I wouldn't build a dream on a guy who's 6,000 miles away.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't.
Work your way out of Garden Grove. That should be your goal.
You're 19, yeah. Think about hitting neighboring cities like Hawaiian Gardens.
Or college.
Go to college. There you go. All right, let's see. Shelby is able to orgasm through masturbating since age 12. Why so different? What, Shelby?
Yeah.
All right, that's just you.
That's not different. About 10% of women have orgasms very easily. They fall out at all times, and it starts at a young age, and can have orgasm with intercourse.
Yeah.
Then there's another subset that have it a little more difficulty, but have it easily with masturbation, but not with intercourse.
Let's hit Nicole. Nicole?
You know, the other thing, Adam, why when I say most, people go, that's not me. I didn't say all, didn't even say vast majority, I just said most. Most.
Look, all I know is you know, if you say most people who drop out of high school don't end up having lucrative careers, somebody raises their hand and goes, my uncle dropped out of high school and he started his own nude furniture company. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
So your goddamn uncle did. Shut up.
Most.
That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you say most. Most, 70%.
Maybe 60% most.
Your uncle was part of the 30 that was able to score in the lucrative nude furniture business.
And by the way,
shut up.
amongst all the people that, whatever it was, don't go to college, it's a huge number.
Yeah,
so there's millions of people in that 30%.
I
we
know.
got that. We know that.
We got to wring that out of society. I can't stand that part of our society where everyone's got to pipe up. And again, it's that, well, look, heterosexual makes better parents than a lesbian couple. Oh, yeah? Well, what if they're sadists and the lesbian couples are rich and yeah, okay, yeah, not them, you idiot. But what did I say? Idiots. You all make me sick. Except for Dave Navarro's here tonight. Don't try this at home. Name of his book. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the date line. The date line. 877-889-DATE. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back. Love.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Dave Navarro is in the studio tonight. A new book is called Don't Try This at Home. And
you're all right. We're here.
All right.
It's LoveLine.
It's all going
Don't
good.
try it. Reagan Books.
Yeah, it's going to be
book.
great.
Going to be a hit. It's with
There's a
Neil
signing
Strauss.
tomorrow at Sam Goody, and there's one again at Book Soup.
Neil
right.
Strauss was with you that whole year, which I find bizarre.
Yeah, it was
He's written
bizarre.
like 3 books in the last year, and yet he was with you that year.
I know. Well, this was right after the Manson book came out, and the three of us were hanging out, and Manson kind of recommended, why don't you guys do a book?
Manson
Marilyn
recommended
Manson.
that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they
He
just...
was thinking Charlie
I
Manson.
thought you meant Charlie Manson. I was like, huh?
And,
You can't just say Manson.
And we just kind of got together. We were going to do this whole thing about pictures of the people who came in the house and like, make this book about the house over the course of the year. And then, like I said, it took a different turn.
What's going on musically?
Musically, actually, I just came from studio.
I'm not talking about you, Dave. I just mean the scene in general.
It's terrible. It's
bad?
absolutely terrible.
Okay. No, what
There's
happened?
great bands out there, but the industry isn't pushing any of them.
You just came from the studio?
Yeah, I was. I'm recording with a new band called the Panic Channel, and it's actually Steve Perkins and Chris Chaney from Jane's Addiction, and a guy named Steve Isaacs on vocals, and we're having a blast.
And how'd you guys? Well, obviously you have the Jane's Addiction connection,
Sure.
but are you guys going to go out on tour? You're going to release
Yeah, I mean, this is a
CD?
brand new band. We're putting this record together now. We're doing some shows around town. We did one last month here in town. We're doing another one here in town in November, I believe the 16th or 17th. And yeah, we're going to put this record together and make it a full-time thing next year.
Is it? What's the sound like?
It's a brand new band. I mean, it doesn't sound anything like Jane's Addiction, but it's I would say it's a contemporary rock band.
And all right,
And I would say it's probably the greatest thing anyone will ever hear.
You gotta love a kid for trying.
You can. That's Perry. You can come on when the CD comes out.
Yeah,
Give it a nice
yeah.
plug. See, Kayla,
Oh, hi.
15.
Yeah. First of all, Dave, you're really hot.
Thanks, Kayla.
Yeah. Well, my question is that whenever I have boyfriends or something, I get really attached to them, and I don't understand why. Like, I have a hard time letting go.
Yeah, everybody's that way at 15.
At 15, that's kind of a common thing. But you got to be careful with that. It suggests that maybe your boundaries aren't that...
yeah, I don't know if it's because, like, when girls, like, have sex with someone, they get more, like, emotionally attached to the guy than, like,
they
the guy
do, but at 15, it's if you're having sex with people, it's going to be shattering, really, the intensity of what you feel. That's why you try to wait until you're 16 or 17 when you can manage those feelings better.
Yeah, that's really why women, and sometimes men too, because guys at 15 sometimes can't handle it
I have another
either.
question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Well, wait, I was going to ask Kayla. Well, I guess I'm not now, but
I'm
not listening.
I was going to ask if this manifests itself in any kind of, behavior that might be a little too aggressive.
It'd be great to find out.
Yeah, well, maybe next week.
We'll talk to an aggressive female next. Star 19.
Ooh, Star.
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't she submissive?
I'm just hang up on Kayla because I'm in a bad mood and I'm tired of
people not listening,
giving answers and them going, I got another question. Like, can we finish question number 1? No? All right. That's fine. She'll be fine.
She's not listening anyway.
Yeah, she's not listening. She's not going to listen to the second one either.
I was going to give her my undying attention. But
now, Star,
Hi.
you're 19?
Hey, Star.
Yes, I am.
What's up? Hold on a second.
How you
Weren't
doing?
we going to talk to Nicole, who's training to be a submissive?
No, we were talking to that girl.
Yeah, but I thought we said hi to her for like 10 seconds.
Oh,
before.
no, we tried. She didn't answer.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, she's gone.
That's what happens when you put that rubber ball in your mouth. It's very hard to speak.
She's got the gimp ball in her mouth, Drew.
Well, that's all right. It'll be there for a while.
Let me just see. Why? I just want to see if she's around anymore, and if not, we should get rid of her. All right?
Nicole?
Hello?
Nicole?
Hello?
Drew,
hey.
you ever get tired? You ever get tired of being wrong?
Well,
I got to take you to the track. You're my bad luck charm, buddy. Yeah.
I was afraid you were going to hang up on.
No, I wasn't going to hang up. I put her on hold, and I was going over to Nicole. Then
what's
you
going on,
punched
Nicole?
The other
I know, and then we
person
almost hung up. I know.
No.
It was my fault. I know.
Guys, these are people's lives here.
I was going to hang up on her. I was not.
Iron this out later. These are people's lives.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
This is a conversation I didn't want to have.
Yeah, let's not have this now.
Look.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We have to have it now, which is I said let's check in with a caller.
No, you were right.
But Nicole is submissive here.
You were right.
All right.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is.
But it was a conversation I was avoiding because I thought we'd get into
But you
this.
keep bringing it up, and now we're gonna come back to it.
All right.
Look,
It was my fault. Oh, see, we lost Star.
She hung up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
Who
afraid of.
cares?
Hello?
Let's see if
Jesus
Nicole's still there.
Christ, Drew.
Nicole?
Nicole?
Hello?
What's up?
Hi, nothing.
Okay, see ya.
All right, we got to get back to Star. What's up? It says training to be a submissive.
Yeah, I am.
Awesome.
Okay, you're 15.
Yeah, I am.
How old's your boyfriend?
Well, my master is 22.
I like that.
Do you guys have a code word for when enough is enough?
No, we haven't established that. It's
Or you need to establish that.
In a foster home or something?
What?
Are you in a foster home or something?
No.
If she was in a foster home, I was going to be so impressed.
That you are with a 22-year-old in some sort of bizarre relationship at age 15, and no one in your life is able to come to your aid, or you're not concerned about how they're going to react to this, or you'd have the poor judgment to be involved with a guy that's nearly twice your age in a weird relationship. What is going on?
Well, I've had relationships with guys my age before, but I've never really liked it because I don't mean to sound like arrogant or anything.
Well, Drew, I think she answered that question.
Touche. Blown away. All right. Cool.
Well, we're out of questions.
But what is the question on the floor? I don't even know.
Listen, the fact is she's with a criminal. She's 15.
Right.
She's 22.
Yeah.
Well, I never think of it that way, though.
Well, that's the reality.
Yeah, it's the reality. That's the reason those laws are in place, because 15-year-olds don't think of those things that way.
Right.
That's exactly
true.
right.
That's very true.
That's precisely why those are in place.
Right.
And he is not only a criminal, but he's treating you, he's exploiting you. And you were beaten or something as a child. What happened?
No, I've had a normal childhood.
Not. You've not.
Well, all right. Let's hear a little more about the relationship, Drew, please. Restrain yourself for a second. Are you having sex with this guy?
No, not yet.
Okay. And where'd you meet him?
I met him. He was visiting here on business, and I don't know. I was just walking around with some friends one day, and I ran into him, and I've just kind of talked to him ever since.
You just met him on the street,
and then he just started smacking her out of the blue.
No. Well, because I've always been into stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
You'll wear off. It'll wear off.
It isn't like he does it like against my will. Like,
Sooner or later, those little outfits are going to start feeling really silly.
And what does he do for a living?
He works as a chef at a restaurant.
It's called Denny's. And by the way, it's got to be tough. Like all day, it's like she's calling him master, and then the guy goes to work, and it's like, hey, jackass, I said over easy, not scrambled. Fix them.
So that works.
Yelling.
The stuff just rolls downhill. And he probably likes that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're trying to decipher now. Drew's disgusted, but let's see. He's angry. You never had sex with him.
Not
She's
yet.
planning to.
How? Well, first off,
a lot of these relationships aren't necessarily sexual in nature.
I don't even know how much of a relationship this is. She might be in her own sort of weird fantasy world.
Training to be a submissive.
But that may just mean something to her.
This guy's an asshole.
Of course he's an a-hole, but I'm just saying, who knows what he even thinks of her? He may not think of her as his girlfriend or his whatever.
My trap shot.
Okay, please. Nicole?
Yeah.
How far have you gone with this guy physically?
Just him or other guys?
This 22-year-old man.
Well, ask the same question again.
How far have you gone with this guy physically?
Well,
be prepared to ask it again.
All right. Anderson, put that on a cart because I'm getting tired.
We've done oral, that's it.
You've given him oral sex?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's given you oral sex?
Yeah, once.
Okay.
Okay, he's a criminal.
Yeah, he's a criminal. And how often do you see him?
Well, he doesn't live here, so I don't get to see him that often.
Ask it again.
All right, but hold on. This guy blew through town.
Yeah.
He had a interview at an Arby's and blew out of town, and meanwhile got a BJ in between blowing in and blowing out. She thinks she's got something going with this guy. He's a criminal, but I think she's in the fantasy world here is what I'm saying.
Well,
all right, I'll ask again. How often do you see him?
Probably once every 1 to 2 months.
Okay. So,
but when I'm 18,
and how does he train you to be a submissive?
Every 1 to 2 months is about every 3 months.
Yes, and how does he train you?
Twice over the last 6 months.
Right. How does he train you in those intervening weeks?
No, we just started training 2 weeks ago.
Okay, and
so how does
he train you when he's not seeing you?
What's the nature of your submissive relationship?
Well,
how does he inflict his dominance upon thee?
Well, I have to write journals every day that explains what I did, what times I did them at, who I've talked to, what I've talked to them about, when I eat.
That sounds fun.
Drew's wife has him do that. That's cool. Drew's been doing that for like 11 years now.
Let's bring samples back.
All right, and then he wants to review your journals?
Yeah, I send them all
by the way, you're 15. Got up, took a shower, went to the 10th grade, came home, wrote in the journal.
Talk to Susan.
Every single year. Yeah. All right, Nicole. Look, here's the deal. He's a criminal. You're a victim somehow.
Yes, you're a victim.
I don't know what your dad did too much of or not enough of. I don't know what's going on. I don't think we're going to get it out of you. Obviously, something's going on with you. Obviously, you should end this relationship. It can lead nowhere except for bad places. I don't think you're prepared to do any of that stuff. So here's my only plea. Don't get pregnant. Do not get pregnant. And try to get a little therapy, or how about some friends, by the way? Do you have any female friends?
I have friends, yeah.
How about you spend some time with them?
I'd like to see you save a little, save some of the the internet, the emails that this guy sends you.
How often do you see him?
And hand them over to your parents, your dad, and or the police.
Yes.
And we'll see what happens to this gentleman.
All right, Nicole. Sorry about your depression. Sorry about your life. Don't get pregnant, and get a job and fight to keep it.
Okay.
Great.
All right. That is
Nicely done.
He's a criminal. I don't know what to say. I know you're angry. I'm sorry. And keep in mind, I've said this many times, gents, do not screw with your daughters, because it will come back to haunt you again and again and again. You screw with your son, he gets drunk, and you guys get in a fist fight on the lawn once, and that's about it. And he does something to your car with his car. He rams your truck with his truck. Maybe takes a bat to a mailbox. That's about it. Your daughter, she's in porn. She's submissive. Oftentimes start dating one of your buddies. Whatever it is, you've now created a shame monster. She will just go out and shame you for like the next 30 years.
But it takes all kinds.
Big tat on the boob. Disaster. You'll see her on the Spice Channel. They will ruin you. Do not F with your daughter, guys. And that means don't F with them literally, and don't ignore them, because they'll give you the same punishment. Yes?
Yes.
They'll bring shame.
Star.
We got plenty of time. Oh, Star's back.
Yes.
Star?
Yes.
Hey, Star.
You're 19. What's up?
Well, I wanted to know if I'm a sex addict.
Mm-hmm.
I just said, that hair smoke detector?
Well, I lost my virginity when I was 13, and what you just said about daddies is right.
Yes, we know that. I just spent a big conference on sexual addictions. I spent the last week in Washington, D.C.
No, but
studying the stars in the world.
Yeah. Hey, Star.
Yeah.
Is there a smoke detector in the house?
No.
No smoke detector.
Why?
Are you in an apartment?
Yeah, why?
It should have a smoke detector.
I took it out.
Oh, you did? Because the battery ran low?
No. Because it kept...
Oh, we definitely hear it.
Move toward...
What is that?
Move
Smoke
toward the thing that made the noise, Star. I've now come down to descriptions of shapes. Like, I don't say pizza, Tarkal. I say the round thing that you put in your yummy hole. So no longer... I no longer use specific titles anymore. That can be confusing, and it brings on denial.
Yes.
Star.
Hello.
Move toward the vented object on the ceiling.
Why?
Please do it.
Okay. You guys are messing with me. I'm messing with
Are you
my-
moving? Are you moving toward that object?
No.
Oh, then I'm hanging up on you.
Okay, I'm moving.
Okay. See, I don't know how you treat these victims.
Okay, I'm under it.
The smoke detector?
The smoke detector, yeah.
Okay.
The one that she took out.
Right.
She's under it
now.
No, the cords that connect to the wall.
Okay. Now let's just wait.
Yeah, well, there's little cords that connect to the whole base of the thing, so I'm under that. Why?
Apartment buildings, they have a whole...
Why are we doing this? I wanted to ask you my question.
We'll get to it. Just hang on a
Oh, I
second.
see.
We just want to hear a chirp.
Huh?
Heard it off in the distance.
Oh, you want to hear the actual thing? I can get that. I want it stuffed under the couch. Am I on the radio right now?
Was it chirping under the couch?
No, here. It's right here.
Does it... Hold on a second. Wait. Here.
Okay, anyways.
I swear I heard it.
I heard it twice.
did too. But it sounded like he was in like the neighbor's yard, so it could well have been... Oh, it just went again.
Star.
Hello?
This is a bit of an obsession for us. It's really the only thing we have.
You really shouldn't do that to me. I don't know what you're doing.
Well,
it definitely is a surefire sign that you're a sex addict.
Star, I don't know. Are you high right now?
A little.
A little. All right. Here's what I need you to do. Just cool your stone jets for 1 second and understand that we're hearing a chirp from a smoke detector.
With a dead battery or a dying battery.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that smoke detector somewhere in the apartment?
Yeah, it's right next to me.
Okay. And does it chirp periodically?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the battery is low, you dick. I told you like 50 times.
Okay.
I pulled it out because it kept...
All right. Now, put the smoke detector near the phone. We want to hear a chirp.
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't know where it's coming from, that chirp, though, because it's weird. It's in in my general area, and it just chirps once in a while.
But you can't find it.
No. Stop making fun of me.
Oh.
You don't see it on your ceiling somewhere?
Okay. I have a serious question.
Well,
we're going to get to it. We're going to get
more
to
serious
it. I
problem.
swear to God, I'm going to get to it. But we are intrigued.
I'm so confused. She said she put it underneath the couch, and then she pulled it out.
I thought you said you put it underneath the couch.
I don't. Listen, I've been smoking weed.
We got that.
Listen, I've smoked weed 10,000 times. I understand English. You know what I mean? I mean, I get high as a kite, and I can drive through a Jack in the Box and order half the goddamn menu and drive home and then watch a whole episode of the A-Team and understand every word of it. I don't stop speaking English when I get high. Yes, you're high. Where's your smoke detector? Really? That's it? You just have a drag off a joint, and that's it? You no longer comprehend English? You can't have conversations? Oh, my God.
Star. All right, fine.
Star.
Stop yelling. I'm okay.
You're high. So what? Where is the smoke detector?
We realize, you understand, you're a heavyweight.
I am a heavyweight.
Because you're a heavyweight, you can maintain.
I went through an eighth in 2 days.
Stars of light. What?
I went through an eighth in 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I heard it again.
Okay.
It's in the kitchen. Go in the kitchen.
Head toward the kitchen, Star.
I got to tell you guys, I'm thrilled that I came out here tonight.
It's in the kitchen.
Awesome.
You should be. It's in the kitchen. It's in the kitchen.
Serious issues.
Okay.
You're checking my house for a beat.
Use the F word.
All right,
it's not good. It's in the kitchen.
All right, listen.
I got to deal with her, though. All right, come on, let me get at her.
She just dropped the F-bomb.
It's all right. We've been screwing with her. Come on. Let me help.
I just want her to chirp.
I know she can't. She's too high to figure out where it is.
What is the thing with the? She said F twice.
She said the F word.
I got to talk to her.
Yeah,
she's too high.
Dave, what do you want to know?
What is the thing with this? Is this happen often?
Oh,
yes,
often. All the time.
And you guys, every time you waste 15 minutes of airtime?
Yeah.
There's people out there with problems.
We make our evening worth living.
Dave just lost a plug for the book. About to plug.
Hey, these are people calling in with legitimate issues, and we're looking for the chirp.
You're saying fire safety's not an issue, Dave?
Perhaps, but
perhaps.
Star. Yeah.
All right.
Let me do this.
Let's take a break.
Let me just finish with it. Let's finish it. Star.
Sorry.
Okay, listen. You go ahead and ask your question. Anderson, really? Come on.
Here we go.
Star, ask the question. Go ahead. And are you in the kitchen?
I was, yes, when I cussed at you.
And was it chirping in there?
No, Drew.
All right, ask the question. Ask the question.
Drew, you can't stop.
Please let me ask my question.
Go now. Ask.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Anyways,
No, Anderson, I swear to God. Go.
Okay. This is serious. I lost my virginity when I was 13.
Uh-oh.
And I started having sex regularly when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
I've had lots and lots and lots of sexual partners. I'd say about 60 or 70. And I used to do private parties and all kinds of stuff.
Stinking whore. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so you're okay.
No,
you're an addict, and you're sexually addicted.
And I'm bipolar.
All right, go ahead.
And I have a fiance now that I've been faithful to for a while, ever since I got out. And
got out?
Yeah.
Got out of what?
I was in jail.
For what?
Drugs.
Well, you're not in recovery, though. You might want to work on that. And that relationship.
I've been off my drug of choice for a long time, so.
Was heroin drug of choice?
No, I was a speed addict.
All right. Well, marijuana. Most speed addicts are actually marijuana addicts. So you're smoking an 8-ball every 2 days. You're well into your
eighth.
I beg your pardon.
Different lingo.
Same.
Yeah. All right, Star. What's your question?
I wanted to know how I can help myself, because I know I have a sexual problem. I must, because the guy that I'm with, I need sex from him 6-7 times a day.
You got to get clean first.
Yeah, it's all. You
got to get clean first, right. And then it's all going to be part of that.
Exactly. You probably were sexually abused when you were a kid, whether you remember it or not. You're definitely an addict. You're bipolar.
I can't remember my childhood really either.
Right. There you go. Because horrible things happen.
You got to get cleaned up.
You got to go to 12-step. You're going to probably have to spend some time somewhere in a sober living. You got to go to 12-step. You're going to have to get a sponsor. You have to really diligently work the program. You got to really want to do this. But all those behaviors are all attempts at managing unpleasant, overwhelming feeling states. And the only way you get through that into a more meaningful and nourishing life is through recovery. Yes?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's take a break. And by the way, this is why we don't answer anyone's question, because you being horny is really neither here nor there. You're, been in the joint, you're strung out on drugs,
right.
you're a mess. Yeah, that's what you need to focus on. All these things will straighten out when you straighten out. You lose the addiction, start getting into therapy, clean your life up, and then call us. And if you're still an info, by the way, I guarantee you won't be, but call us then.
You still have issues, and always sex and relationships will be the thing that could take you down in your recovery, so to speak.
How can you not find the smoke detector that's chirping in your house every 30 seconds?
How can you say F 5 times while you're on national radio?
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll take a quick break. Dave Navarro is here, and he was here, and we'll be right back after this.
If you need help,
call LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right. Let's see. Ooh, Jeff Probst's coming in here later on this week talking a little Survivor. That is one of the few shows that I'm religious about, Drew.
Nice.
I do watch my Survivor. See it religiously. That and Modern Marvels. Yeah. Bridge building,
I like
skyscraper building luxury liners. It's awesome.
You can get to see that on airplanes, too, that one. They often have that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. There's Dave Navarro.
I'm back.
He's back in studio. He's got himself a book. It's called Don't Try This at Home. And Dave is also going to be on Tuesday. He's going to be at the Sam Goody at Universal City Walk, 7 o'clock. That is this Tuesday. That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
And then Thursday, which is not tomorrow, but it's a couple days past tomorrow, is he's going to be over at the Book Soup on Sunset, 6 o'clock.
I got to put out a book. My book's coming out in paperback next week.
Ooh.
Is it?
Yeah.
Drew, I thought we agreed that paper was too good for it, that it was just going to be pulp.
Well, it's pulp back. Paper pulp. Back.
Yeah, actually raw pulp.
Yeah. It's Sanskrit.
So what does it have to sell to go to paperback?
I don't know. They just told me one day it's coming to paperback. So
really?
Awesome.
Did it have...
I think my book will be better. I think it was a little pricey in hardback, and I think people would be happier with it.
Is it going to be in airports and all that?
I will see. Good question.
Oh. You better hope it's in airports.
You get the airport placement. That's good.
No, I know.
I've learned all this.
I was angry that it was never seen in
travel with Drew. He runs right to the bookstore and starts yelling, "Why isn't the
Where's my book?
Where's my book?"
That's right.
Yeah. And
if you'd read it, Adam, you'd appreciate why I'm so passionate about it.
Do you have a copy of it here?
And we got it for you.
All right. I'm not a reader, Drew.
I know.
Copy of the book.
But you always told me you were going to have your wife read it to you.
She should have done that. Yeah, I blame her. Yeah. Here's why I don't read. A, I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
B, I believe it poisons the mind.
Yeah.
C, if you thought reading was a tough sell to me before TiVo, forget it.
Yeah, that's true.
It is on with TiVo.
What do you have about it? What do you have season passes to on the TiVo?
Oh, that's an
interesting topic.
That's a very good question.
Modern
Marvels. Modern Marvels. I have Dream Car Garage, another
History
good show.
Channel, anything with the word Hitler in it.
Anything, yes. I put the word Hitler in there, and it searches anything that says Hitler. I have Survivor. I have it's mostly either boxing or building stuff. A lot of car stuff, a lot of History Channel stuff. JKL, of course, Jimmy Kimmel Live. Gotta watch that.
Have you guys seen that MXC on Spike?
Yes. My kids watch it.
Just amazing.
What is
it? A Japanese thing?
It's a Japanese show. It's like a Japanese game show.
Hysterical.
They brought it over here and they do English.
It's basically like
they do
English
looping.
it's like Mystery Science Theater 2000 to a Japanese game show.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine, Chris Darga, who I brought up the other day, does one of the voices on on that show.
It's very funny.
Oh, and of course, Crank Yankers. Got to TiVo my Crank Yankers.
I have one son that just loves that MXC thing. MXC.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he goes back and forth. You get Family Guy, of course. Yeah.
Got to keep naming the shows.
Have they started up the new Family Guys?
They started making them, but they haven't started airing them. How does Drew know they started making them?
I'm a voice.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Were you on the past seasons?
No. I'm just a dermatologist. This one coming out. But Adam helped me get that voice.
Yes.
That's what he's
I got him the gig. You want to do a little VO work on
Absolutely. This is my favorite show.
I'll talk to Seth.
They played the Family Guy theme song at the UCLA football game the other day. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
Yeah, the band.
Wow.
Crazy.
Popular. All right. You ready to rock?
Yeah.
Bring it.
Let's talk to Mariah, who's 22. Mariah?
Yep.
Hi, Mariah.
Hi there.
Here we go.
Hi, hon.
How are you?
22.
Here we go.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mariah?
Break it down.
My husband and I just started going to swingers clubs, and we hooked up with a couple, and we just started doing the swinger thing, and we go to a couple swinger clubs locally in Sacramento. But we're looking more for, we think, like a threesome with like another girl, because all the couples.
Yeah, the couple thing, by the way, is just a little creepy for me.
It sucks. You know, it really does.
Do you have kids?
Yes.
Oh.
That's okay.
She can have another girl, though.
Yeah. It's important the kids, be aware of mommy's sexuality.
The kids always have babysitters. We never bring them home,
Right. Okay. The problem is
we don't do unless we know the couple.
You see, let me just say this very quickly. This is the problem. Everyone has a thing. It's like, oh, no. We never do it in front of the kids. I don't shoot the dope in front of the kids. We don't have archaic lifestyle. We always close the door, the paper-thin, hollow core masonite door.
Keep it down.
We do our own thing behind closed doors. But here's the thing. Their mom and dad are swingers or heroin addicts or whatever they are. The point is they don't need to see it. They're you.
They know they've got parents with porous boundaries, and that's bad for kids.
They might not even know that. It's just
but I mean they feel that. That's what they feel.
They're being raised to think people. It's like
forget your values. It speaks volumes about how they emotionally function.
Mommy and daddy are a little nutty, and that's the problem. But so you go to a swingers club. How does the swingers club work exactly?
Well, you just kind of go out there and you just drink and dance with whoever wants to dance. They're really nice, actually, in a sense, because no one gives a you're dancing with. You don't have to.
Jesus Christ! Can't use the S word, everybody. Phone screeners.
And by the way, how dare you call her nutty? She's completely aware of her surroundings at all times.
Okay.
I'm wondering if these people are attractive at these places.
Not usually. Not usually.
They're not.
But go ahead and think about it that way.
Okay,
it's good rating.
It feels, when you think about it.
It'd be great.
It'd be amazing.
Here's the thing. Hot people hoard each other. They don't send them out. You know what I mean? It's like having a really nice car. You don't throw the keys at the neighbor kid and tell him to go on a pizza run. You know what I'm saying? When you're driving the beat up suburban wagon with the rusted out quarter panel, that you throw the keys to the neighbor kid. It's the same thing. You don't bring Carmen Electra down to the swingers club. You don't bring that. You keep her in the garage.
Yeah, I was reading an article about eating disorders and stuff, and this therapist was talking about how so much of what these kids preoccupy is representative of like 1/100th of 1%. They want to be like this very rare person.
Yes.
And the actual average person, nobody really knows what the average person even looks like.
Yeah.
That's not something they even make note of. Can't even understand who that is. The average ones are going to the swingers club.
Yeah. It's Well,
I've had, I personally have had an experience with an old relationship where we would bring a third home.
Doesn't work.
Does not work.
That's right.
Not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
Perry Farrell didn't work out, or?
I was single when I was with him.
Oh.
There was just the two of them alone.
Yeah, it was just him and I.
So
monogamous.
It can't. Not
I was
with a stable relationship.
I was with a girlfriend. We'd bring a friend home, a friend of hers, which was, so that was the worst because they were already friends.
Fighting.
And then when it was the anonymous friend, it really, because it's all fun and games when the lights are off, but then the next morning.
No,
it's a nightmare.
Destabilizes everything, and you're trying to have children. You're trying to create a stable environment for children. That's your job.
Yes.
Not to swing, not to have high arousal, not to smoke pot and drink and dance. That's not your job.
All right. Listen.
I got to say, it wasn't a nightmare
at the moment.
Yes, everything was probably one of the greatest experiences of my entire life.
Yeah, I'll be beating off to your nightmare in about an hour. Ironically. One man's trash, another man's treasure.
There you go. That's your motto.
Yep. Mariah, I get caught beating off to Dave's nightmare. Are you beating off to Dave's nightmare again? Yeah. All right. Let's hold on a second.
Let's keep moving.
Mariah.
Yes.
Listen, you sound nice. Here's the deal. Please listen. You're 22. You went ahead and had kids at a fairly young age, and now you forfeited your right to do things,
That
experimental
22-year-olds
things
do, yeah.
that young 22-year-old people like to do with their girlfriends or boyfriends. You understand?
It's why the data on a 22-year-old marriage is horrific. You throw in destabilizing behaviors like this, and it's zero.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Show me kids of people who swing, and I'll show you effed up kids every goddamn time. So stop it. Focus on your kids.
Well, I don't know. My uncle was a swinger, and his son grew up to be a proctologist.
Really?
Like I'm saying.
Wow. No, you're making that up.
It's the most thing.
Too specific.
Yeah.
I bought right into it. Plus, with the enema obsession, I thought maybe there was some sort of family
trait.
Yeah. All right. So sorry we're not answering your swing question, but you got to move ahead.
Yeah.
That's it. And by the way, here's the thing. As you may know from listening to the show, we don't have to give you directions if we think you're going in the wrong direction.
Yes.
The people is like, well, people called the show. They didn't ask you to make a judgment. They asked where the best place to swing was. I am making a judgment.
No, listen.
Fine.
If swinging was a good thing and a relationship could be sustained in a healthy way and families could live through that, fantastic. Of course you'd go swing. It's great. What could be wrong with that?
No, look,
doesn't work.
I'm an atheist who pees in the sink.
Right. And if swinging worked,
I don't
we would
judge.
just go, okay, fine. We're not going to judge it. I don't care what you do.
Right.
But if you've got kids involved, you've got other lives that are depending on you, this messes things up for everybody, and it speaks volumes about your emotional health, which also you have a right to keep unhealthy as far as I'm concerned, but don't think that this is something that exists in a vacuum.
Thank you. All right. We got to take a break. Dave Navarro here tonight. Tanya's got a addiction question that Dave could jump on in. And, we got
No, I'm thinking about
steroids,
sex.
birth.
Amy.
Like Amy gave first baby up for adoption at 16. How to tell hubby has new baby?
They have a new baby. She's married. Her husband doesn't know that she gave a baby up at 16.
That's what I thought.
Want to talk to her first?
All right. Ooh. And by the way, all right, do you need to?
Right, that's the question.
Amy?
Hi.
Hi. All right, so you want to know how to tell your current husband with a new baby about the one you gave up for adoption.
Yeah, I've tried it. We've been together for 4 years, and I've tried to tell him when we were still dating, and I tried to tell him when we got pregnant. I tried to tell him after we got married. It's just every time I try to tell him, he thinks it's a joke and he thinks I'm kidding, and I don't know how to get him to understand that it's true.
Well, he doesn't want to believe it if he thinks it's a joke. And by the way,
let's take a break. We're going to find out exactly how you presented it to him.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who is there?
My baby.
Rape who? Yeah. By the way, I think there's ways to say it in such a way where he would actually believe you.
Of course.
All right. Dave Navarro here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
If you need help, hang up and then dial.
LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191.
Yeah.
All right. Goddamn door. It drives me nuts. All right. I'm having a tough day, Drew.
No, you don't.
I gotta maintain.
You're fine.
I gotta maintain.
What's wrong?
I gotta maintain.
What's the
I got
tough
this
day
pet
about?
peeve about this door opening every time the mic heats up. It's never before. It's only when the
hell are you doing?
When the thing starts. What are you doing?
That's some amino vitamins.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is that? Where do you get that
gay.
stuff?
It'll get me through the next 15 minutes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
What is it? Where do you get it? I want to get some. Drew, what's in there? Just ephedrine?
No,
That's vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, a little bit of E.
All right.
Little
it's
B
some good
vitamins.
stuff.
It's all coming out in the end. Dave Navarro here tonight, by the way. Going to be on Tuesday. That is tomorrow. He's going to be at the Sam Goody over on Universal City Walk, 7 o'clock. And then Thursday, the 14th, he's going to be at Book Soup on West Hollywood at 6 o'clock. Across from Tower, signing his new book, which is called Don't Try This at Home. It's written with Neil Strauss. And it's a keeper. So go see him in one or two of those places or all of the above. All right, you ready to rock here, Drew?
Here we go. We're going to go back to Las Vegas.
We're going back to Las Vegas and speaking to Amy, who's 22. So, Amy.
Hi.
Hi, Amy.
You had a baby when you were 16, gave it up for adoption, did the right thing, as far as we can tell.
You should be consider yourself a hero.
Right. Now you're married and you're 22 and you have one child, right?
Yeah.
And you want to tell your husband about this. And you've tried on numerous occasions, but each time you do, he laughs it off.
Yeah, either that or I get too scared. Or the first time I told him was when we were dating, and I don't remember exactly how I put it, and I think I kind of said it in a joking way, and I maybe think that's why he thinks it's a joke.
Yeah, you say it in a joke. Well,
to test it out, you say it in a joking way to see what the reaction would be.
If you really needed him to know this piece of information, he would know it.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so
you joked it off, and he joked it off with you. Of course, it supports his denial, and you don't want him to hear it, and he doesn't want to hear it, and there you go. You share that.
All right, so
personally, I just don't. It just seems to make sense that you tell him if it's weighing on your mind like this. I can't imagine having that kind of a secret from my wife.
Do you? What about? Do you see the child? Do you have any connection with the child?
No, not at all. It's just I'm worried that in 13 years she's going to want to know who her mom is, and she's going to come knocking on my door, and my husband's going to answer and be like, why is this girl saying, she's your daughter?
Yeah.
Well, be that as it may, it's still a big experience in your life, and it seems like something you wouldn't want to withhold from your husband. If he is a reasonable guy, I would think he would sort of have no issue with it.
Like way before
did he think you were a virgin or something?
No, not at all.
Okay.
All right. Well, look.
He's a major. He should be very supportive of the pain that this caused you, and how courageous you were in doing this on behalf of the child. And thank God you guys can come together and have a family now.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
It's a little weird. I'll grant you that.
What, the fact that he doesn't know?
No,
that she's got to deliver this message to him. It's kind of
he's going to be marginally. Look,
he's going to be like,
but it's going to be more about the fact that she hasn't told him.
Right. Why'd you wait till after you're married, kind of thing.
Well, okay, that part. She says, I was scared. I thought you'd have a negative reaction. I didn't want to lose you. I mean, she can work that part out.
Yeah.
That all you got to do is say, you meant so much to me. I didn't want to screw the deal up.
Yeah.
As far as the guy knowing this information, I would say for most guys, it would be a little bit weird for a couple of beats, and then you get over it and you move forward, and that's that. Yes? All right.
But don't you think the typical "what else hasn't she told me" thing will come up?
And let's talk to Amy really quick. Let's see, can you do this, Amy? Can you tell him?
I'm afraid to tell him.
What do you think could happen?
Yeah, what kind of guy, and what do you know about him? I mean,
what can you tell us about him that would make us understand why you're so fearful?
Right.
The thing is that the reason we got married is because we got pregnant, and then he said, the day that we found out we got pregnant, he said, okay, let's get married. And I kind of laughed at that, and I'm like, we're not going to get married. And then he got all, defensive and said, no, we're going to get married. We never wanted to get married. We never wanted to have kids. Neither one of us ever wanted to get married. We never wanted to have kids. And he's a wonderful dad. He's a wonderful husband. It's just he's kind of weird about things like that, and I really think if I tell him, I think he'll leave. And then the other thing I'm worried about is if...
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Now I'm starting to put together a little theory here, Drew. I don't know if you're with me on this.
That she knows how he's going to react if she tells him?
She kind of like out. She never wanted to marry him. I mean, think about the sabotage we talk about.
The sabotage factor.
She's 22. She's probably a little chaotic, hence the kid at 16. Had a life that was a little chaotic. Now kind of wants out and knows if she drops this bomb on him, he's out. Because if you think that it might end the relationship, you don't toy with bringing it up.
Right. If he's that touchy, then you never tell him. Because he's being unreasonable.
You just say he can't handle the truth.
He's an unreasonable guy.
And then she finds herself locked in a relationship with somebody completely
I don't think she wants... I don't think she may be looking for a way out,
Amy, you want out?
No, I want to stay married. That's the thing, is I don't want to tell him. I never want him to know. It's just that right now she would be 5 years old, and I'm just afraid in 13 years that...
Oh, look, you guys will be divorced in 4 years. What are you worried about? You're 22 and you're looking ahead 13 years?
Stop it. Stop it. Yeah. You're looking for trouble.
You are. If you're only worried about 13 years from now, her showing up at your doorstep, then don't say anything.
Stop it. Yeah.
But
a lot of things can change in those 13 years.
I would look at the fact that you're with someone who you are assuming is non-accepting of you the total you. And if that's the issue.
But on the other hand, she's committed. They have a kid. She's willing to make that commitment, and she is with that guy.
All right, but let me ask some important questions. Amy.
But I mean, is that, but going back to what you were talking about earlier, is that dynamic a healthy relationship for the child?
It's not as bad as you might think. It's not the swinging thing. It's not an ideal thing.
At least that's more fun.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah.
How do you get along with your dad?
My dad, I love my dad. He's the best dad in the world.
Mom.
What about Mom?
Mom's perfect, too. They've been married for
perfect. But you said perfect and best dad in the world. That means
that scares
trouble.
us.
Why is it you were pregnant at 15?
If you had a perfect
because my mom and dad and my sister and my brother were just perfect, and kind of the people I was hanging out with, that's kind of what we did, and I was just rebellious, and
they were so perfect. Why would you want to rebel against them?
Because I didn't want to be like everybody. I don't like being like everybody else, and it was my first boyfriend. It was the first time we ever did it. We were dating for...
All right. What's your dad do? So your dad he doesn't drink. He never raised a hand to you.
My dad's never drank. No, my dad's never hit me at all. I don't think my dad's ever even ground me before.
All right. He's a great guy, and your mom's perfect, too.
Yeah, they're the best family.
Okay.
It's just the husband that was the poor choice.
Why didn't you want to get married to this guy that you're married to?
Because everybody other than my parents, really everybody I've ever known that's been married has gotten divorced, and I've been afraid of getting divorced, and I don't think I'm going to divorce my husband now. I love my husband. I'm glad we got married, but at the time we didn't want to get married. And
Also, Amy, can I just interrupt? Here's one thing that I think is very important for people to realize, and it's been that way for me, is that if it ends in divorce or if you guys separate, who's to say that that's a failure? There's this whole thing about how love has to last forever and ever.
Well, the kid will say that.
But
that's the problem. You need to create a stable plan for the kid.
True,
that's
true.
your goal.
But I mean, it's a fact of life, and who's to say you can't learn from it and grow as a result of it?
Yeah, but you relinquish that learning once you are responsible for other lives.
True.
You relinquish your growing potential, and all your sort of experimentation goes. You got to commit and just get through 18 years.
All right, Drew. You got time for you to write in your journal, by the way. Your wife calls. She wants to see if you have an entrance for this hour. All right, here's the point, Amy. If you think he's going to freak, then don't tell him.
That's it.
Although you'll resent him for not doing that. And if you do tell him, I think what you're saying is, whether you know it on a conscious level or not, you're ready for this thing to possibly wrap up. And it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you say, I never wanted to get married, I never thought a marriage could last, yes, you will then sabotage it, and it won't. So why don't you get over it? If you really want this thing to go on, don't worry about what's going to happen in 2017.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Deal with it in 10 years.
And plus, by the time the kid's 18, these two are hanging around together, he's going to deal with it then.
The kid's going to OD at 16. Don't worry about it. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready. Drew, how many loves?
Hey, everybody. Well, that's the show. Dave Navarro, everyone. Go to Dave's website at www.6767.com and find out all the information about the books. And Tuesday, Sam Goody in Universal City. And then City Walk, that is Thursday, going to be at Book Soup in West Hollywood across from the, what the hell building?
Tower Records.
Tower Records. There you go. Dave, God bless you. Thanks for coming in.
Likewise, gents.
We will take a little break. Come back when you get the new CD out.
You got it. You got it.
So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr.
Peace.
Drew saying mahalo. And does it chirp periodically?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the battery is low, you dick. I told you like 50 times.
This has been LoveLine. LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.